Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha, 4 units for Tuesday, 18th day of November. Here we go. Today's halacha is about this one situation, may not happen to you too often, but still good to know. You're tying your shoes on Shabbos morning, and your shoelace tears. So, oh, what a grumpy moment. You're trying to get ready for shul, you just tied your shoes, and they tore, and it's Shabbos, so there's a whole lot of things that you're not allowed to do. To tie the torn part, like back into a permanent knot, well, you know you're not allowed to make a permanent knot. So that's certainly out of the question for that fix of the shoes. Next thing you might want to try is to say, I do have a spare pair of shoelaces. Let me just pull out the shoelaces that are presently in the shoe and just pop in the new shoelace. Well, the Shulchan Aruch rules that that's like fixing the shoe. The shoe is pretty much unwearable without the shoelace, and putting in a new shoelace, although you don't feel like you're doing any malacha because you're not tying any knot, you're just slipping a lace through some eyelets, it's still not allowed because it fixes the shoe, which was unwearable, basically uncomfortable to wear without a shoelace, and now is perfectly wearable with the shoelace, and therefore you're not allowed to put that shoelace in. There is one opinion, it was the opinion of the DVAR Moshe, who said that it's allowed because the Shulchan Aruch only meant old-fashioned shoes, where it was really like a shoemaker's expertise that put shoelaces into shoes, and nowadays it's kind of like anybody could do it. But most poskim argue with that DVAR Moshe, and therefore we have to go with the majority of the poskim, who all say that you can't thread a shoelace into a shoe on Shabbos because you're like fixing it. The good news is that there are some suggestions amongst the poskim as to ways to fix that shoe and put a shoelace in a way that's permissible. And here's one, if it won't embarrass you. Instead of threading the shoelace through all of the eyelets, you just take that new shoelace and thread it through just like a few of them. And you see what you're gaining that way is you haven't really fixed the shoe, because you're not going to leave it that way. If after Shabbos is over, you're going to say, oh, let me put it in the right way now. And so what you did on Shabbos was just a temporary thing that did not permanently fix the shoe. You just kind of threaded it in a way that the shoe can now go on and be worn the rest of Shabbos. So that would be a quick fix for that Shabbos. Thread the shoelace through the eyelets, on the upper eyelets, so that it's not in the permanent way that you would want it. And now it's not going to stay. It's not the permanent fix. It's just getting you through the rest of that Shabbos day without any knots or anything that's a permanent fix. That is a fix that's allowed. And other things like that. There's another one I'll suggest that some of the posts can mention, but you probably won't be interested in doing it. They say put a shoelace in that's like a stark, unusual color, like a yellow shoelace and a black shoe. That's not staying that way. And you're not going to leave it that way, so that would be permissible. But I'm reticent to suggest it because I know no one wants to do that. But that first way of just putting the shoelace in the top eyelets, that's a much better idea, because a lot of people would say, oh fine, I'll do that. No one will probably notice. I'll fix it after Shabbos. You don't mention that on Shabbos, but you'll have a feeling of it's not the permanent fix, and that way would be allowed. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.